a big, fat panda.
I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda. Skadoosh.
Do you believe in magic?
Hi Panda, my name is Quan, and I'm a magician from Texas. And I know you love magic, I know you love Disney, so thank you for watching. We all know that Disney is all about magic. We share astonishing, or the astonishment, the creativity, the wonder, and the dream inside of your heart. I know this is kind of weird, this is not necessary to do, but let's see if I can do this. This is what you do without going to the store. This is what you do if you want to impress Cinderella. You can see all the cards. Not only they're all different, but you can see they're all shuffled, at least. We're gonna go ahead and try something a little bit convincing. We're gonna go ahead and give the cards a cut, like so. Now watch close. You'll witness something magical. Don't take your eyes off.
Hello and welcome to Big Fat Panda, show number 19. Happy New Year, it is 2015. I am already looking forward to Halloween and Christmas of this year. I won't rush it, but I really am. My exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals at dvcrentals.com. Stop by their website, take a look. There is a price calculator on their website to tell you exactly how much your vacation will cost, and you will be saving a lot of money and staying in a better accommodation by going through dvcrentals.com. The gentleman doing the magic for us in the beginning was Chung. Quan has a YouTube channel called Quan Gets Bored, and he does. And he makes magic for the Disney characters. He actually goes to the Disney characters and does magic for them. He is auditioning for America's Got Talent this week. We wish you the best of luck, Quan. You may notice some new pictures behind me, very nice ones. I am more of a video person myself, so I love these people. They are Distographers.com. For this episode, and hopefully others, we'll be using some photos from Distographers.com, which is a conglomeration of Disney photographers, Disney photography talent, and check them out on the web. They will be our guest, I believe, in April, or possibly May, but hopefully April. And I visited the boardwalk, and I was able to get to Trattoria al Forno. People got on my case for saying Trattoria. They're like, Johnny, you could do the broken English is so good, but when it comes to say Trattoria, you said it wrong, and I did. It's Trattoria al Forno, so if you got on my case for saying it wrong, get back on my case and tell me I said it right, if I did. It was delicious. It was fantastic. I stayed true to tradition and got a chicken parmesan. It was tender, it was crispy. They must have pulverized it. I mean, it was flat, but it was delicious. And what was great is you could tell the pasta was fresh. There was like a linguine with marinara sauce on the side, but you could tell that the texture and everything of the pasta, I could go on and on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave right now, and I'm going to get more. Bye, everyone. It was really, sorry about that. Went out of focus. It was really good. I would go back there. I've heard that the Vivos over at Universal is even better. I find that hard to believe, but I will go try that soon as well. Right before the end of the holidays and before the last show aired, I went to the Comedy Warehouse special. I think it was the Comedy Warehouse holiday special over at the studios. The Comedy Warehouse was a great club on Pleasure Island, and when Pleasure Island closed, that whole improvisational Comedy Warehouse closed. And they were just extremely talented, funny people that every show was different because they were constantly doing new games and stuff and taking suggestions from the audience. Here is a clip of what was shown, and they're going to do it hopefully again the end of this year. I really hope they bring it back permanent. The Comedy Warehouse Holiday Special.
Princess Marcy, and in my castle, I'm in charge of fluffing all the pillows before everyone goes to their sleep time. Oh, okay. So Marcy, you are a pillow fluffer in your own little castle, I see. On a cloud. A castle on a cloud. Nice to have you here, Princess Marcy. You are adorable. And next, contestant number 2, what is your name and profession?
Hi, my name is Tammy.
Hello, Tammy.
And I am a unicorn rider at children's parties. Actually, I work with Marcy. We work together. I also double as Elsa. Let go! Let go! Let go of the horn, kids. You're going to get it off the cone.
So, Tammy, please.
It took place in the old American Idol Theater, and I was worried that that huge theater would take away from this intimate venue, and it didn't. It still felt great. It was very, very funny. So by now you must know about the revitalization of iDrive. iDrive is just blowing up, becoming a destination unto itself. There is the Orlando Eye that is going up. That is the big Ferris wheel. The cabins are starting to be put in now, and I think in just a couple of months we'll be able to ride that. Right next door to that will be the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and there will be also an aquarium. In front of that is a really nice restaurant called the Tin Roof. It is a chain, but they have different menu items for different areas, so it's not like a chain where the menu is exactly the same. Take a look at the Tin Roof. Again, I was very impressed with the food, with the drinks, with the whole atmosphere. It would definitely be a place that I would stop at, especially when the Orlando Eye is open. So my cast member friend, Jillian Davis, took a picture of the hat, and this is what it looks like in its current state. It's going. It's going. It's almost gone. I'm old enough to remember the studios when the hat was not there, and I liked seeing the Grauman's Chinese Theater as the icon. It looks like the icon now may be the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. We're starting to see this pop up on merchandise, and it does kind of keep to their Hollywood theme. Occasionally, I find other YouTube videos that I just think are fascinating. I was on David's Vacation Club Rentals Facebook page, and I saw a Disney in 3-minute video. Joe Manella, I believe it's Joe Manella Studios. Joe Manella put out this video. I had to remove the music because it was copyright. It was the Can Can Girl music, which was great. I put a little music to it. Just take a peek at Disney in 3 minutes. I'm not going to give you the whole 3 minutes, but I advise you to watch the whole video. It's really awesome. Just got great movement, great flow. I really enjoyed it. Good job, Joe. So if you remember some weeks back, I released a video of the Peter Pan queue, the interactive queue where the interactive elements were not up and running yet. They're still not always functioning, but Inside the Magic got this video. I'm going to show you only a little piece of it. The whole thing is there if you want to watch the whole video. I will be going there this week to try to film the entire thing. I think the interactive elements are more than I anticipated. I think they actually look better than I thought. I'm really impressed. When I went, all the lights were on in the room and everything. Now the lights are low and Tinkerbell is just going crazy.
Yeah, yay!
Did a nice job with it. I'm not sure if you can get what's going on in the last piece there. It's supposed to be Tinkerbell sprinkling you with pixie dust before you go on the ride. Now in just a little bit, Stephen Miller from Disney Merchandise will be here, but our own Corinne Andersson is here with another episode of Mouse-A-Holics.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mouse-A-Holic. My name is Corinne and we're in 2015 now and I'm going to show you some of my favorite picks for this year. Come along. So my first pick for this month is something Frozen. I know some people maybe feel like it's time to let it go, but I'm still in Frozen Mania and this new Mickey airsuit just came out. And as you can see, it's reversible, so if you're an Elsa fan, you can wear it to this side. And if you're an Anna fan, you're right to this side. I mean, they're adorable. Every Frozen fan needs these pair of hats. It's a small world after all. Who doesn't love Small World? It's one of my favorite rides, and at Magic Kingdom they just came out with a new collection of Small World merchandise. You have this cute little baby onesie and this adorable pink bag. Just like this. And my favorite thing, a new little case with the Small World characters on. And as you can see, you see some friendly Disney faces on there too, like Ariel. Continue with some really great merchandise over here at Magic Kingdom. So they also came out with a new Magic Kingdom collection that features all the lands like Adventureland, Main Street, Liberty Square, all the like classics. And as you can see, we have some favorite characters like the Haunted Mansion, Hitchhiking Ghosts, the Genie, which I love, and the castle, of course. So this collection comes with everything: t-shirts, hoodies, a cute mug that's really lovely, and pretty caps that you can wear when it's sunny in the parks. So I hope you enjoyed some of my favorite picks from this month. And if you want to see even more Disney merchandise, please visit DisneyLifestylers.com. And to purchase any of these items, you can always call the Disney Parks Merchandise mail order number. And hope to see you next month for even more Disney merchandise. Bye!
And as you know, my exclusive sponsor is David's Vacation Club Rentals, dvcrentals.com. They also have a YouTube channel with some really great videos, room and resort videos. That's youtube.com/DVCrequest. The world of DVC is growing. The Polynesian is now getting DVC, I think, regular DVC rooms in the building as well as the bungalows. We have some photos of the bungalows. They're not complete photos. They're just like, you know, portions of it. I really would like to see the whole thing eventually, but the whole world of DVC is just amazing. If you're looking to stay in a DVC or even want to stay there before you're thinking of a purchase, go to dvcrentals.com. The lobby in the Polynesian just reopened. People either love it or pretty much hate it. We are disappointed. I'm disappointed that the huge fountain is gone, but when I see it now without it, I kind of like it better. I do. It's open, it's bright, it's airy. It looks like they took the big fountain and shrunk it down to this little thing, and it's not really grand. In May, a tiki statue is supposed to be put over it. So take a look at the lobby. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious. I do like it, and I still think it's beautiful. And when people say, well, now it's blah and just average, I still think it's anything but an average lobby. It's still a very beautiful hotel. Simply cannot wait for Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar to open. I will be a frequent visitor there. You probably, if you want to find me, go to Trader Sam's. I just want to see the environment and the tiki stuff, and hopefully Oa, the tiki goddess of disaster, is there like the drawing show, and I just can't wait. So prizes and buttons and all that from last week, I will be announcing that within 24 hours. There are going to be a lot of people that win, and I'm going to be doing a lot of mailing. So if you entered the contest last month, chances are you're probably going to win something. There's a good chance. You have probably more of a 50-50 chance of winning something because Keith Lapinick just brought so much stuff with him. This month is going to be the same type of thing. What I'm going to do, especially because Stephen Miller has confirmed that the Magic Bands no longer have to be linked up immediately upon purchase. So the prize this month will be a Magic Band of your choice that you can link up to your account or someone else's account at a later time. You get to pick which one you want. To be entered into this month's prize, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up on this video, like it, put a comment in the bottom, and let me know what your choice of Magic Band would be. You might want to wait till you watch the Stephen Miller segment to know what new Magic Bands are available before you make that decision. And now let's get to Stephen Miller, Disney's Merchandise Communications Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Miller is here. I am very excited. I am honored to have you here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It should be a fun conversation.
Thank you, Roach. I'm going to give you the panda hug.
Hey, sounds great.
Thank you, sir. He's got his pin on from Galloway, Ohio.
Yeah, outside of Columbus, Ohio.
How long have you been in Florida?
16 years now. I grew up born and raised in Columbus. Went to a small school in the cornfields of Ohio. I studied political science.
Wow.
With a minor in public relations.
You have a science thing going on a little bit.
You know, I at one point had wanted to go to law school to be a Disney attorney, and then I came down on the Walt Disney World College program in summer 1997. I actually had interviewed for the college program in my freshman year in 95, and was accepted. My parents were like, yeah, no, not yet, because I had just started school. And so I waited and came down and worked at downtown Disney Pleasure Island, and was here only for 3 months. They only had a 3-month program in that summer, and
wow.
I was 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. pretty much every night.
Were you an Adventurers Club person?
I did work there. I worked at Neon Armadillo at the time.
Oh, I remember that.
They had Suspended Animation, which was the arts and collectibles
Loved
shop.
place.
DTV, Changing Attitudes. I mean, all around the entire island. The cart, the PI Live cart,
Yep.
and such. So I went back to school, and I had 6 months left, and I came back then on a professional internship, and then I've been here ever since. And you know, I wanted to work here since I was a little boy. I mean, it was one of those. You know, I first visited here in July of 1983, and I was 7, and you know, it was just one of those things that just the impressions that it leaves on you. I know we were talking about that. Just that age,
it does
those vivid memories. You know, and I see it now with my children. You know, I can see it in their eyes too. And we take them, like my son, take them to Disneyland, or you know, my daughter's been to Disneyland too, and you just have those feelings. You know, that
Yep.
the lights or the music and that kind of thing. And that left
And
an
you can't
impression on me,
recreate that
so,
as an adult.
no.
Meaning, if some adults can fall in love with Disney, but there's something about when it hits you as a child, you can't recreate that later.
It's the nostalgia, I think, you feel. And of course, you know, at the time, Epcot Center had just opened a few months earlier, and so, you know, it left a complete impression on me, you know.
Something I consistently hear about you in a very nice way from a lot of people, even a lot of your peers, is that you really do love what you do. You love the merchandise, you love that, and that's great because there are people that work, I'm sure, for other companies, they just don't have that love for what they do.
There's two things I love, I think, about what I do. And I'm merchandise communications manager. I'm part of the Disney theme park merchandise division. So we're not Disney Store. We do work with Disney Store. We're not Disney Consumer Products. We do work with them. We're part of the parks division, and we develop the merchandise for the parks then. So my
It sometimes
role
gets to the Disney Store, but not always.
Correct. I mean, we might be a partnership in some way. You know, a lot of times it's reverse, where we might pick up things, you know, and carry them at the park. So I think of like, you know, Big Hero 6. You know, there were some toys that were out. Rather than Disney Parks creating their own set of toys, why not leverage that? Because do we really need 2 different play sets of that kind of thing? Make something that, or carry something that's already been made, but we can then focus on other things that we do best. Like, let's say, DTalk on demand cases, you know, for phones that featured Big Hero 6 characters. We could focus on that. So, you know, when it comes to, you know, my role, I have the fortunate pleasure of getting to talk about all these great things, you know, and I brought some of them today. You know, like our friend the Orange Bird here.
This has that nostalgia for me as a child that I remember.
So, you know, it was I mean, I started in merchandise, right? The thing I love today is that there is no end to the creativity each and every year. You know, there is just such a talented group of individuals that I work with. And whether they be planners and artists and sourcing managers and coordinators and, you know, you name it.
How many people are literally involved with the creation of, say,
you'd be amazed at the number of
merchandise?
hands that have to touch that one particular item.
Are we talking
from the
tens
design,
or hundreds?
Not hundreds, not, you know, but it's certainly enough. I mean, because you think about it, you have an artist who designs, you know, they work with the merchandiser who's kind of driving the bus, and that they have the vision for the product and what they want to work with. So they're working collaboratively with the artists and the merchandiser and the planner who's planning how much, and then you have a sourcing manager who's looking at, well, how does that get made, you know, and that's just our one side of the building. You know, you have then the other side of people have to place the orders, and they have to then track the orders, and then you have the receiving side. So then you have to arrive, you know, merchandise arrives, and then it gets out to the locations. Then you have operations that are then interacting with the guest and that kind of. So there's a lot of hands that have to touch just one particular
pricing
item.
has to come out. What is a guest
you know, we
going
work
to
with
pay?
our pricing organization. I mean, there's a photography group that photographs things. I mean, like it is a very collaborative process. So for me, the exciting part, I think, is is getting a chance to, when I see things like our orange bird or the tiki figurine here, I genuinely get excited about these things because I guess for me I always have had a love, you know. And there's certain things that I collect. I love tikis, so I collect tikis. I have tikis have taken over my entire living space. I can't wait to add a lot of these things to that collection. But I love the creativity, and I think the stories that go behind that and how they're created. So a lot of the merchandise is developed for Disney parks here in Florida. For Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Cruise Line.
Really, most of it is... You would say Florida has more influence on California and the merchandising.
There is partners that sit out in California, and they also do development as well. And honestly, with technology today, it's very much a collaboration process. But I'd say the majority of items are developed here in Florida for Cruise Line and Aulani and Disneyland, and because you have categories, you have groups. So you have home decor, you have pins, you have toys, games, that kind of stuff. So the categories are working then with a variety of different people to create the content and that. So back to your original point, I love the people that are involved with it and
How
what they do.
did you get to where you are? Because to a lot of people, I know Corinne Andersson, who I know very well and who does the merchandise for us, she wishes she had your job. If she could murder you tomorrow, she would. The
role itself, you have to imagine things like social networks and blogs and various things like that didn't exist at one point. So that wasn't like,
Am I wrong in that it's your job? I'm sure you do a lot of other stuff, but to get the items out to the people and show what's available? Is that a communications manager? We're communicating, hey, these are available.
I work a lot externally, so I do focus a lot of stuff. And several years ago, more than 5 years ago now, I had a phone call. I remember it vividly. It was December of 2008. I was working during that Christmas week, kind of thing, and I was in there. And at the time, I was project manager for Disney Pin Trading, so I was responsible for pins in terms of the strategies that we're doing and the consistencies and working with the operations and working with the merchandisers and planners and everybody there to really create a fantastic pin trading experience, which still lives on today. And lots of excitement that is with pins, on something that was only supposed to last 18 months, right, or so, and it was, now here we are years later and it's still there. So I got a call from Tom Smith, who's the Parks blog director, and he knew I was doing some stuff with pins, and he said, we're thinking about doing this blog thing, we'd love for you to write for it. And I'm like, sure, that sounds great, I'd love to do it, and several months later, it was October 1st, 2009, the actual 10th anniversary of Disney Pin. My first article went live on the Disney Parks blog. So, and I know that there's people that are back in my home state of Ohio that are dreaming of coming to Disney World this summer, and they want to know what's going on, and they want to feel connected. So I love that kind of personal exchange, and I think it's a great way for storytelling, and it's been fun. I mean, we've had the ability to really do a lot of great things when it comes to sharing merchandise or many of the other stories that are out there.
That's awesome. Give me something about new lines that are coming out. There's something Polynesian because of the Polynesian Village Resort, which I love the name going back to the old time name. And something, I think you were saying Tower of Terror was doing something.
So there's a couple of different things, I mean, if you look at what we did this past year, we had Haunted Mansion Authentic, we had...
Stop for a second, that Memento Mori shop. What gets me is I thought it was going to be merchandise in that shop that was already out for the Haunted Mansion. Instead, the shop seems to be filled with completely new, really impressive merchandise from the Haunted Mansion.
It was a philosophy that, we're looking at our business and understanding that there are some things that we're going to do every day, right? There's things that we have every year. Dated program, everyone wants to celebrate when they came to Disney World, right? Like they're wearing it's like going to the concert, right? I got the concert tee because I saw this particular tour, right? Same kind of thing. So there's things that we're going to do time and time again, but then there's other things that we can really play up and talk about, those park experiences, those things that are truly Disney. And Haunted Mansion Authentic is certainly one of those things. The Marketplace Co-op with some of the unique offerings from Disney Centerpiece, in particular this past year. So that philosophy has been great, and the response from our guests, I guess it's been exciting because it's like, I'm not alone. Like there's others out there that love this as much as I do, and the response has been great. Memento Mori in particular, and not only then the merchandise that's in that, but then offering a guest experience like with the Spirit photography.
Oh, the Spirit photo's awesome.
That you can't get anyplace else. You're not going to be able to go to a local shop and find something like that that's themed and part of that whole mystique and the element of a classic Disney attraction that's been around for a while. So yes, obviously with new stuff that opens or we wanted to expand that assortment. So Tower of Terror is one of those things that, looking at the product line, taking some of the cues from Haunted Mansion, and the whole Haunted Mansion authentic, and then really looking at, well, what kind of merchandise would be carried if the Hollywood Tower was open back at that time, kind of
Love
thing.
that
And
mindset.
the colors and the style, the artistic style. I mean, there was some great Art Deco artwork that's included in what's called a master style guide, and they use the art and then from a style guide perspective. So then they create education boy. So they create a style guide, and it's like a master book of backgrounds and color palette that you would
Sort of
use
like
for
what they do
this
for a
and so
movie.
forth. So very much, and then each one of the different categories being, again, dolls and plush, or toys and games, or D-Tech on demand, or pins, or whatever it is. These different categories, soft lines, hard lines, whatever it is, will then use that style guide reference, and they'll take that art and place it on product then. So that way it's a consistent look, and when you have the shop set, which is going to happen in February.
This will be the shop when you exit that
Correct.
shop? Awesome.
Yeah, correct. So the shop will still be there. Obviously it's been around for a long time, unlike Memento Mori, which was a new destination, within that. But the shop will be set, and you're going to find then a color palette and a consistent look holistically for a classic attraction, not only here in Florida, but also in California too.
It also makes the purchaser like me want to buy more in that collection to be cohesive.
Polynesian Village, obviously then there's a lot of work that's being done there. This piece here is just fantastic. It's done by our home decor team. That same group that also did, if you remember, the Lumiere
and
figure,
these are really popular.
which has the light up thing there.
These are flickering if you
They are
can't
flickering. But again, this is obviously elements taken right from that. They too also have a style guide, and they take that artwork and then apply it to a variety of different categories.
With your job, do you find it hard to, is your house or apartment or whatever, is it cluttered? Do you say, I have to stop trying to get stuff for myself now? Do you find it hard to purchase for yourself things that you like because you can't fit it anymore?
That's a very funny
thing. I like the way
It's a very funny question. My fiance keeps buying things, which is great. We actually can share things. For me, it has teachers.
You need a bigger box.
I've had to really focus.
Do we do any collaboration with Japan, or is that a whole separate merchandise division?
It's a whole separate merchandise division. They really, now we may have partnered with them for certain things. So I think of our friend Duffy the Disney Bear, and having Duffy here at Disney parks in the States. I haven't shown this yet on this, but this is a new Dooney & Bourke, and this is a partnership that was started about 5 years, a little more than 5 years ago, with Dooney & Bourke, and obviously Dooney & Bourke has been around since 1975, and guests recognized it. We've done a variety of different styles. This is a new pattern that's done by Paula Gutierrez, one of our Disney Design Group artists. I love the penny farthing bicycle. I think that's just fantastic.
Dumb question, because I don't own a Dooney & Bourke. The pattern is different, the same pattern, but different layout on each bag.
Correct. I mean, they create then fabric, and then they have these different forms, and there's different a variety of different styles. Forms.
But I see ladies get 4 of the same bag because they want to see where is this.
Oh,
so this is not, this bike will not always be on every bag right there.
Maybe not right there. Yeah. My father, when he was buying the thing for buying one of the bags for my mother, was very particular and wanted to find a particular pattern and would go through and look at that particular thing.
I think that's great. That makes them unique. Do you sometimes have something you think is going to be very popular and you plan on it and it just does not get picked up by the public? It just kind of fails?
Everything's great.
Okay. Well, it does seem that way.
This here. So we introduced nutcrackers.
I didn't see these this year, these particular ones.
They're new.
Oh, these are going to be this Christmas coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we introduced nutcrackers this past
I remember.
a couple years ago. We had just one, and then we added a few more. And this past year we ordered, we had different sizes. We had as large as a 36-inch size. Giant, right? This year we're going to introduce artisan nutcrackers, and these were designed by some of our Disney Design Group artists. This is just,
is this
gorgeous. It's Tomorrowland. It's a small world.
I was going to ask, and then it says Tomorrowland right there.
And again, they're very just immediate iconic of the parks, and the park experience that you'd find here. So, these two in particular, I wanted to bring up.
We're going to need a bigger mantle.
Yeah, right?
I'm really impressed with this mug.
And
mugs don't usually impress me. This impresses me.
It's great. It is a part of the whole Pirates of the Caribbean authentic assortment, and it's coming, you'll see here later in 2015. But, you know, that kind of mug design, the home decor team, outstanding. You know, they do like a pirate, right? You know, you know. But I mean, being able to offer obviously mugs, a very popular thing people love to give as gifts. I have. If there's one thing I probably have a lot of at home is mugs. You know, over the time I've collected a lot of different things. New things, you know, I brought some of these here. You know, a business that again several years ago we didn't think was a thing because it didn't exist, right? But retail magic bands, you know, and the idea that you have graphic ones, you have printed ones. When a guest, you know, stays at Walt Disney World Resort, they have the one they can select several different solid color ones and so forth. These here are sold separately, so you can still link these to your account. You can still have, you know, your choice of different characters and so forth. And there's more that are coming throughout this year. But these here, again, some of the first graphic ones. We did some last year for Disney's Frozen. We did some for Star Wars Weekends. The Mickey's Not So Scary.
I got Yoda. I couldn't get Darth Vader, but I got
Yoda. But you know, we found that guests like pins in many ways, or like mugs or whatever it is. They like to have. They have a favorite character. Ariel, I mentioned. Ariel's very popular. Castle, Cinderella Castle, very popular. So and guests. That's like something that is meaningful to them. Like they have their favorite character, so they want to showcase, you know, that while they're on their Disney vacation.
They have relaxed the. Doesn't have to be linked up immediately, or
that's correct. You can now link it later.
It has been great to connect with you. I appreciate everything you brought here. I will be putting pictures up and whatever photos you can give me so that we can see the new stuff coming. And it looks like you're going to make me broke.
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of great things. So thank you, first of all, for letting me be able to talk a little about this, and know that it's a team effort. You know, I mean,
you didn't make
very fortunate. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, I'm not hand sewing anything these days. It is certainly a team effort. I mean, I get the privilege to be able to speak about everything, and you know, and to share the excitement and all the work that goes on behind the scenes from that. But to me, the most rewarding thing is to see someone get so excited, you know, about like, I want to add that to my collection, or I'm in the parks and I see somebody wearing this, or like some of the flash LTs and that kind of thing, and like I'm just like I get it, like, you know, like I remember talking about that. I remember being in a meeting about that, and just it's almost like a validation of like, yeah, people do love it, you know, as much. So I appreciate you having me on the show here to talk about this today, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will be following you. And there you have it, show number 19. It was a pretty quiet month compared to other months. I'll say the whirlwind is starting to happen now. In about 24 hours from now, I'll be going to Universal Studios and covering the Celebration of Harry Potter weekend. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event, so I'll cover that for the next show. Our next show guest is somebody you might know from Disney, DJ Elliot Hansen. He is the one that is just rocking the party, mixing the beats and the tunes over at the studios, sometimes over with Stitch and Tomorrowland. He's supposed to show me how to mix music. And I'd like to remind you, if you, a loved one, a family member, or a friend are planning a trip to Walt Disney World, take a look at my exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals, at dvcrentals.com. The savings are no secret. There's a cost calculator on their site. You may be very surprised about what they can offer you. It's a new year with new opportunities to hug people. Go forth. Create pandemonium and give out those panda hugs. I'll see you next month with DJ Elliot Hansen. Until next time, Panda out.